Ever bitten into a chocolate bar and wondered, how on earth does this magic get made? What if we told you that behind every creamy bite is a secret process involving tropical fruit, fermentation, and even a liquid that smells like alcohol? Stay with us till the end, because we'll reveal one final surprising twist that makes chocolate truly irresistible. And it's something most people never notice. Step 1. Harvesting the cocoa pods. Let's start right at the source, the cocoa tree. These trees grow best in hot, humid places close to the equator, like West Africa, South America, and parts of Asia. They don't grow just anywhere. They're quite picky and need just the right temperature and shade to flourish. When the cocoa pods are ripe, they turn bright colors like yellow, orange, or red. These pods are the treasure chests holding the precious cocoa beans inside. Farmers don't use machines for harvesting cocoa. It's all done by hand. With a sharp knife or machete, they carefully cut each pod from the tree. This job takes skill because the trees are delicate and easily damaged. Once the pods are collected, they're sliced open to reveal a white, sticky pulp surrounding the beans. It doesn't look like chocolate yet. In fact, it looks more like slimy fruit. Step 2. Fermentation. After the beans are scooped out, they go through a process called fermentation. This is one of the most important steps in developing the flavor of chocolate. The beans, still covered in that sticky pulp, are placed in large wooden boxes or even banana leaves. They're left there for about 5 to 7 days. During this time, natural heat and microbes get to work. Fermentation changes everything. It gets rid of the pulp, kills any unwanted bacteria, and starts to develop the rich, chocolatey flavor we love. The beans get hotter, change color from white to dark brown, and start smelling a bit more like actual chocolate. Without this step, the beans would taste bitter and bland. Step 3. Drying the beans. Once fermentation is complete, the beans are still too moist to store or ship. So the next step is drying. Farmers spread the beans out under the sun, usually on large mats or drying tables. This part takes about a week, and the beans are turned regularly to make sure they dry evenly. Drying the beans is crucial to prevent mold and rot. If they're not dried properly, all the hard work could go to waste. During this time, the beans also develop more flavor and start to smell more like cocoa. By the end of the drying process, they're hard, dry, and ready for the next stage of their journey. Step 4. Shipping the beans. After drying, the beans are packed into big burlap sacks and shipped off to chocolate factories around the world. These factories are often in Europe or North America, far from the tropical farms where the beans were grown. The journey can take weeks, and the beans have to be kept dry and protected during transit. When they arrive at the factory, the beans are inspected carefully. Workers check them for quality, looking at the color, smell, and even cutting some open to see what's inside. Only the best beans make it through. The rest are sorted out to keep the final product as delicious as possible. Step 5. Roasting the beans. Now comes the exciting part, roasting. This is when the factory starts turning those raw beans into something that actually smells and tastes like chocolate. The beans are roasted in large machines that blow hot air over them. Depending on the type of chocolate being made, the roasting temperature and time can vary a lot. Roasting does several things. It dries the beans out even more, helps loosen their shells, and most importantly, it brings out their deep, rich flavor. That signature chocolate smell starts to fill the air. It's kind of magical. After roasting, the beans are ready to be cracked open. Step 6. Winnowing. Once the beans are roasted, they need to be separated from their hard outer shells. This step is called winnowing. Machines crack the beans open and use air to blow away the lighter shell pieces, leaving behind the valuable part, the cocoa nibs. These nibs are small, crunchy, and packed with flavor. Winnowing is essential because the shell doesn't taste good and can mess up the texture of the chocolate. The nibs, on the other hand, are where all the magic is. At this stage, you can actually eat the nibs. They taste bitter, but are super healthy and full of antioxidants. But we're not done yet. Far from it. Step 7. Grinding the nibs. The next step is to grind the nibs into a thick, dark paste called chocolate liquor. Don't let the name fool you. There's no alcohol here. It's called liquor because it's in liquid form when warm. The grinding process uses heavy stone rollers or high-tech machines to crush the nibs and release their natural fats, also known as cocoa butter. The result is a thick, glossy paste that smells intensely like dark chocolate. This chocolate liquor can be used directly to make chocolate bars, or it can be further processed into cocoa powder and cocoa butter, which have their own uses in cooking and candy making. Step 8. Pressing for cocoa powder. If the goal is to make cocoa powder, the chocolate liquor goes into a press. This machine squeezes out most of the cocoa butter, leaving behind a dry, solid cake. This cake is then broken down into smaller pieces and ground into a fine powder. And voila, you've got cocoa powder. This powder is used in baking, hot cocoa drinks, and even in beauty products. The removed cocoa butter isn't wasted either. It's saved for later and added back into chocolate during the mixing process to give it that creamy texture we all adore. Step 9. Mixing ingredients. Now let's talk about mixing. To make chocolate bars, manufacturers mix chocolate liquor with cocoa butter, sugar, milk powder for milk chocolate, and sometimes a bit of vanilla. Different ratios give us dark, milk, or white chocolate. This mix is blended until it becomes smooth and uniform. Think of it like baking a cake. You want everything well combined so that every bite tastes the same. Once the mixture is ready, it moves on to get even smoother. Step 10. Refining the mixture. To make chocolate silky smooth, it goes through refining. This means passing the mixture through rollers that crush and flatten the particles even smaller. By the end of this step, the texture is so fine that your tongue can't even feel the individual sugar or cocoa grains. Refining is all about mouthfeel. No one wants gritty chocolate. The smoother the mixture, the better the final chocolate will melt in your mouth. And let's be honest, that melt in your mouth feeling is half the joy of eating chocolate. Step 11. Conching. Next up is conching. This step involves mixing and heating the chocolate for hours or even days. It helps develop the flavor and gets rid of any sour or bitter notes left over from fermentation and roasting. Conching also improves the texture, making it silky and luxurious. The longer the conching, the better the chocolate usually tastes. This is where expert chocolatiers work their magic to turn good chocolate into truly amazing chocolate. Step 12. Tempering the chocolate. Tempering is the secret behind chocolate's shiny look and satisfying snap. It's all about controlling the temperature so that the cocoa butter crystals form the right way. The chocolate is heated, cooled, and then heated again very precisely. When tempered correctly, chocolate won't melt too easily in your hands and will have that perfect snap when you break it. It also helps keep the chocolate fresh and prevents that white dusty layer called bloom. Step 13. Molding and cooling. Once the chocolate is tempered, it's poured into molds to form bars, shapes, or whatever the brand wants. The molds are gently shaken to remove any air bubbles and then cooled down to set the chocolate. After a little while, the chocolate hardens and is popped out of the molds. What you get are smooth, shiny, professional-looking bars of chocolate. They're almost ready to eat, just one more step to go. Step 14. Wrapping and packaging. The final step is wrapping and packaging. Each bar is wrapped in foil or paper to keep it fresh and protected from light and air. Then it's boxed, labeled, and shipped out to stores all over the world. That's how chocolate makes its incredible journey from tropical trees to your taste buds. It takes time, care, and a whole lot of steps. So the next time you unwrap a chocolate bar, take a moment to appreciate all the love and science that went into it.